Now, India's relation with electric two-wheelers is actually not a new tale. Back in the day, there were a handful of manufacturers that never made into the limelight. But then the electric revolution started picking up momentum, and it was like Ather swished and flicked a wand to create a dominance in this space. But on August 15, we saw the launch of this, the Ola S1 Pro electric scooter. Now, 1 lakh bookings in 24 hours, and since then we have been itching to get our hands on one. So here we are in Bangalore with the scooter, and we are going to tell you 5 things that you need to know before getting one of these home. Now, if you're talking about design, the Ola S1 Pro is largely identical to the Itergo app scooter, a Dutch manufacturer that Ola partnered with a while back. The only difference is the Ola badge at the front and the S1 Pro badge at the back.
The design, to be simply said, is simplistic. There are very few creases running all over the scooter with an overall curvy design. It gets LED headlamps as well as LED tail lamps. The scooter sits on a rather good looking 12-inch alloy wheels, and it is suspended with the help of a vertically placed monoshock at the front and a horizontal one placed at the back. Now, since we got our hands on a pre-production version, there were a few gaps in the panel that Ola said will be rectified in the ones that reach the showroom. The scooter comes with a total of 5 color options for the S1 and an additional 5 for the S1 Pro, and it should be said that the paint finish on the scooter is quite commendable.
Now, electric powertrains are the technology of the future, and in accordance with that, the Ola S1 actually comes with an exhaustive set of features. Starting with the riding mode, the standard S1 comes with 2 riding modes, that's the normal and sport, while the S1 Pro comes with 3 riding modes, that's the normal, sport and hyper.
Now, the list of features might take a whole other video, but a few of the ones that are worthy of mention includes a keyless operation where the scooter operates with an app that you can download on your phone. The scooter then senses the proximity and unlocks itself as you come close to it. The S1 can also accommodate multiple driver profiles with different setups. Ola says that they will also add additional features such as geofencing and parental controls in the future OTA updates. The aim, as per Ola, was to reduce the friction in the day-to-day use of the scooter. Apart from the era-appropriate essentials like connectivity and GPS features, the instrument cluster can also operate basic functions like boot open and close, which we thought was quite clever.
Now, if we're talking about performance, let's start with the battery. And the battery in the Ola S1 is actually placed on the footboard for lower center of gravity. Now, this one, the one we have here, is the S1 Pro, which gets a 3.97 kWh battery, while the standard S1 gets a 2.98 kWh battery.
Now, since we're talking about the battery, it should also be said that except for the cells inside the battery, the Ola S1 is completely localized. Now, as we mentioned before, the S1 Pro gets an additional hyper mode. With this, the scooter can reach up to a top speed of 115 km per hour, which otherwise is stopped at 85 km per hour in sports mode in the standard S1. In the time we spent with the scooter, the hyper mode on the S1 impressed us with its maniac torque that for a second made me forget about its ICE counterparts. With a 2.97 kWh battery, the S1 returns an acclaimed 121 km on single charge, which goes up to 181 on the S1 Pro. The numbers are substantially greater than the Ather 450X, and we will put these numbers to test once we have a brief time with the vehicle in real city traffic.
Now, coming to the conclusion, the price. The Ola S1, the standard variant, comes at a price of Rs 97,703, while the S1 Pro, this one, comes at a price of 1.27 lakh. And depending on the state that you're living in, the FAME subsidies will cut the price even lower. So, we hope that we were a little bit of help to give you a better clarity on what the Ola S1 scooters are all about. So, the electric revolution has already started. The ball is in your court now.